Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of Let's Play Gothic 2, The Night of the Raven. Also, har! Since we're going to give Greg the clothes, but not right now, because we want to go somewhere else first, and a little bit of protection is never a bad thing to go there. So, the only thing for Greg to get into that city is to give him the clothes, but we want to clear out all the surrounding area before we give him the clothes, because that will make fights so much easier. For example, against this field raider. There we go. Not a lot of XP, mind you, but still enough and better than nothing. Also, you want to go up to this Stonehenge thingy here, because right here are more field raiders. We only want one to come. Unfortunately, we got both of them. Woo! I don't want to do that away. Oh god, this will be terrible. Ooh. Whoa, that was close. By the way, why are they giving 40 instead of 20? Interesting. Anyway, time to rest up by getting some bread and some fish. And of course, some more dark mushrooms. Right, back to full health. Now, we want to collect everything that is up here, which also includes this leather satchel over here. There's also a switch there, but you don't want to push that right now. Trust me, you do not. You definitely don't want to. Now, let's have a look at the end of this area. Also, this is the town. The more you put it to the side, the longer you can see on the sides, as you can see to the left here, for example. If you go right in the middle focus, it's gonna go a little bit less of sight. I think that's the most setting that we can do, yes. So this is Khorinis. Up here, the way we're looking at right now, is the quarter that you can only enter if you do a few quests before. So you won't be able to get into there right away. There's some goblin berries here, very well hidden by the way. And there should be... yes. There should be a stone tablet up here. One of the very few that we'll get in the very first minutes, or rather the first hour of the game. These stone tablets give you specific bonuses. Like, for example, increase your mana, your health, your one-handed combat skills, your two-handed combat skills, your... what else is it? Your bow skills, your crossbow skills, and I don't think anything gives protection. Hit points is in there as well. So basically all the attributes, skills that you can learn combat-wise, and that's about it. So, if we take a look at that tablet right now, we shall see down here, it is a stone tablet of life energy, and this has a magical aura. If you try to read it...
I can't read that.
He says he can't read that. Also, there's a bug, it seems, that I carry it around with me, which should not be the case. Bad, bad game. Now, these stone tablets you should keep until the very end of the game, because, as I've said previously, talent or skill points increase for your skills the more you level them. So, if you, for example, increase strength by quite a bit, and you reach the point of, let's say, 90, and then you get 91 with a tablet, you will have to pay more skill points to raise your strength to the next level, or rather just increase it per se. So you should only use these stone tablets when you think it is appropriate. For example, if you want to get to the max value of a specific attribute or a specific skill. For example, one-handed or two-handed skills are very likely to be those things that you will level up with skill points, and then you will use the stone tablets to increase it to their maximum efficiency, so you don't need to spend any more skill points. That is probably the best idea. Would you mind taking a step back? Thank you. See? That's worth 20 XP. Very weird thing. Oh well. There's some giant rats over here that we want to take care of as well. I'm doing these forward slashes by just pressing forward and yeah, basically not doing anything else. Just pressing forward and then it should work out for you. Don't want to draw my weapon. I just want to jump. You can't? Alright. How about this way? There we go. Leave it up here. Get some digger meat. Digger meat is quite nice in the beginning because you can't use it for any potions. However, it will give you 15 health points if you so use it. Now, we could possibly go to the back entrance of the city and get in from there, but I normally don't do that because I like to go in the front. It gives some experience if you use the plants, like these healing plants, to get inside. So that's always useful in the beginning. XP is probably, even with the add-on, or especially with the add-on, one of the most important things that you will have to get. The more XP you have, the better it is for you. In this game, it really means the more levels you have, the better it is for you. Normally that applies to every game, but in this game particularly, it is very important. Because being underleveled to go to an area can mean certain death. Especially if you don't have your main skills high enough, like not enough mana, for example, or not enough strength for a warrior, or not enough mana / strength for a paladin. So it's really, really important that you try to level as much as you can before progressing to the next story part. But you have to find out which areas you can actually get to without dying. That is also some of the problem, that you really have to figure out what kind of area you can go to on your own. But that's the fine thing about the Gothic games. They really allow you to go everywhere. And if you fight monsters that are too strong for you, well, tough luck, you die. So, yeah, a little bit of a learning curve here. Let's talk to Greg.
About the city guards.
Yes, got an idea.
Indeed I have.
They should let you pass if you're wearing these farmer's clothes.
That's just what I need. Man, I knew I could count on you. Nobody will bother me disguised as a local yokel. Excellent. You did really well. Here's your promised reward.
What? 50 measly gold?
Well, at least 50 gold.
Serious.
Come on.
Gold isn't everything, my friend. Take them for now. I have the feeling that we'll be seeing one another soon.
Yeah, I have the same feeling.
I return the favor. Look after yourself.
Still, no one ask him about that eye patch, I assume. Even though he looks like a farmer. I would not employ him on my farm. With that eye patch and that sword, he looks totally like a farmer, doesn't he? Oh, Greg. One of the most likable characters, however, in my opinion, in Gothic 2. I like him, even though he can be annoying at times.
What is it?
You aren't getting in here, my boy.
Why not?
Looking the way you do, you're sure to course.
That's not my problem. Zarda's resurrected me just like... Oh, I shouldn't talk about Zarda's reign. Sorry about that. That was a crash. Very unfortunate. But we're back now. So, let's talk to these guards here. Since you're already stocked up on healing plants, we can now talk with the guard about this option here. So, how about
I'm
that?
bringing some herbs for Constantino, the alchemist.
Really? Then you won't mind showing me what you brought. Looks good. All right, in you go. But don't cause any trouble. Understood?
That looks good. Almost sounded if he was thinking it were drugs of some kind. The guards outside here, no respect for the matters of alchemy.
Halt, stranger.
Hello,
I
Lothar.
am Lothar, paladin of the king,
Obviously.
and humble servant of Innos.
Greg just walks very, very nicely
Commander, Lord
at the
Hagen,
side of him.
has
Like,
entrusted
you
me with
can't
the
do
task of
anything to me.
explaining to all newcomers the new laws which apply to all inhabitants of the city.
Alright then.
Since people have started simply vanishing all over this town, everyone needs to watch out that they don't suffer the same fate.
Alright.
I have an important message for the leader of the paladins.
The Honorable Lord Hagen is not receiving anyone.
Good
Lord
for
Andre,
him.
the commander
Still,
of the city
important
guard,
message.
is responsible for all issues pertaining to the common folk.
Great. That sounds great. So,
Where can I spend the night here?
If you're looking for a place to sleep, go to the hotel directly across from the barracks. The paladins pay for the lodging of all travelers who come to the city. The traveling traders from the marketplace are also lodged there.
that sounds good.
Where
So,
can I find the commander of the city guard?
Lord Andre can be found in the barracks at the other end of the city.
great. Sounds good enough.
The townspeople are simply disappearing?
Yes, it seems to be more every day. It's most annoying that the militia have still not been able to discover what's behind these strange occurrences. Small wonder that the town's inhabitants are very wary of strangers right now. So don't provoke
Like
them when
me.
you're in town. Understood?
Nice to know, by the way, they changed the voice actors of the add-on and the original game. You almost noticed that on Lothar, don't you? Well, I guess they didn't have the budget to recruit the same
I
ones
have come
again.
to get the Eye of Innos.
The Sacred Eye of Innos. How do you know about that?
I could say that
You're not a
Zardos
member
told
of
me
the
about
order.
it, but you probably
A
wouldn't be too
magician
happy
told me
about it.
about it.
Oh, a
I don't
magician.
know what his motives were when he entrusted one of the secrets of our order to you.
But,
But he certainly didn't mean for you to get your fingers on it.
well,
I
I
don't
think
wanna
he
hear any
did,
more about
but,
it.
you know.
Listen, the city is threatened by dragons.
That can't be true. Another
Wow.
lunatic. We have enough unrest in the city as it is. And without some dimwit scaring people with fairy tales about
Thank you?
I immediately locked up the
Dimwit?
person who was here
I'll
telling
get
me
you
that
yet,
he was
Lothar.
sent to the Valley of Mines with the prison transport.
I wouldn't mind
Mind
that.
your tongue.
I want to go
Can't
back
use
anyway.
anyone here who spreads panic among the people.
Alright.
Somebody already reported the dragons here?
Yes. The fellow's name was Diego.
Oh, I know Diego.
In any case, I warned him just like you. But the lunatic just wouldn't stop getting on my nerves.
Well, I tell you what, if two people, completely random people, come by and say, you know, there are dragon attacks incoming. You send one to the Valley of Mines. A second one comes and says, we're attacked by dragons. Maybe you should heed their warning then. I don't know. You seem a little bit of a dimwit yourself, Lothar.
All right. Explain the rules of the city to me.
First, the Honorable Paladin Lord Hagen resides in the upper quarter, along with his troops.
Yes, he
That is
does.
why access to the upper quarter is allowed only to honorable citizens.
That means I won't be allowed.
The town hall in the upper quarter is now the command post of the paladins. Only the paladins themselves and members of the militia have access to it. And third, whoever is accused of a crime must exonerate himself with the commander of the militia. Any questions?
How do
Yes.
I become a citizen of the town?
Only those with regular jobs will be considered citizens of the town. But don't think that you'll be admitted to Lord Hagen just because you're a citizen of the town. As a citizen, you have access to the upper quarter, nothing more. Only as a member of the militia will you have access to the town hall.
Or any other kind of faction.
Where can I find work?
You'll have to apply as an apprentice to one of the masters here in the lower part of the city.
I guess
As
so.
soon as a master accepts you, you are a citizen of the town. However,
Well, that's easy
the
enough.
other masters must agree to it. That's the custom here in Khorinis. If you were
Okay.
thinking about looking for work in the harbor district, forget it. The scum of the city live there. Don't even go there. You would regret it.
I would? Or are you just threatening me so I don't go there? So I can find all the luxury that I want, hmm? Ah, I know you paladins. Always self-righteous. Always not looking out for your own people. Well, maybe they're going down there in disguise and don't want to be seen. So they tell others, don't go down there. It's dangerous. It's the scum of the city.
How do I get to the upper quarter?
Not so sure about
Say,
that.
are you listening to me at all? You're not a citizen of
No.
this town.
Well, maybe a
You can
little.
Save yourself the trip. The guards won't let you in. The entire area behind the inner gate is off limits to you.
Yes.
How do I get accepted into the militia?
By express command of Lord Hagen, only citizens of the town will be admitted into the militia.
Okay.
I see.
If you want to know more, speak to Lord Andre in the barracks.
Alright, I will do that. But I would like to know about your
What do I
armor.
have to do to get armor like yours?
What? You aren't even a member of the militia. You're not even a citizen. How can you even think of being allowed to wear the armor of a paladin? Only a few militia soldiers, those who have performed extraordinary deeds,
Wow.
have been granted that
I'm not
honor
gonna
so
toot
far.
my own horn, but I've killed a demon. Did you kill it? Whoopsie daisies. Did you do anything like that? I don't think so.
I've got to go.
If I hear one more time that you are telling people here about dragons, you will be in big trouble. Do I make myself clear?
I guess you do. Also, that dragon's attacking the city! Oh, he didn't hear it. Lovely. Anyway, time to move on. So, we have to get to one of the masters and become their apprentice. So, we have this one here, Matteo. We have Bosper, the one that hunts. We've got Thorben, the one that saws wood. And, whoa,
Hey, you wait. You look
hello,
familiar to
Pablo.
me.
What do you want?
I've seen your face before somewhere.
No, shut up, no.
Here, we found this picture on some bandits we picked up a few days ago. It looks a lot like you.
I guess it
Apparently,
does.
Those guys were looking for you.
Yes, they did. Gee, I never have thought of that myself. Yeah.
Gee, I'd never have thought of that myself.
Very funny. What did those guys want from you?
Ask them yourself. You've got them safely locked up, haven't you?
No, they're dead.
I guess we'll never know then.
If you're in some kind of trouble, go talk to Lord Andre. Maybe he can help you. You'll find him in the barracks.
I don't think he wants to know that I'm a convict from the mine colony, but other than that, yeah, sure. And Harrod the Smith. Oh, and I've forgotten one of them. Constantino the Alchemist. Down here. Now, we can't join Torben, or we can't join Matteo. Those are the two people that we cannot get an apprentice for. However, we can still talk to them.
What can I do for you?
How about this?
What do you know about paladins?
Since these bastards have come to the city, I've had nothing but trouble. The last time I was headed for the upper end of town, the guards flat out stopped me and asked me what was my business there.
And?
Of course they let me in. I had my shop in the city when most of those pompous asses were still chasing
Wow,
pigs with
he's
wooden
angry.
swords. And yesterday, the bastards came and confiscated half of my goods.
And why? Oh, they probably said, let me guess, for the king, as always.
The paladins seized your goods.
Everything I had stored in the backyard. They simply posted a guard in front of the entrance to the yard. If I'm lucky, they won't take everything. At least they might leave the armor here.
Okay.
Can you help me get into the upper quarter?
What? What are you going to do there?
But
I've got an
do you
important
really want to
message.
know?
Well, well. Have you tried getting past the guards?
No.
I don't see why I should even try.
Indeed.
You're probably right. I don't know how important your message is, and it's none of my business.
But
even if you told them that a ship full of orcs just anchored in the harbor, they'd send you away. Because they have their orders.
well, if everyone in the city dies because they're refusing to help, I don't think that's about orders anymore, is it? Because if a ship of orcs is landing right there in the harbor, then everyone will die. And the blood would be on their hands, so
can you help me get into the
they
upper
probably
quarter?
wouldn't do that.
It seems to be really important.
It is.
The question is, how important is it to you?
That should not
What are
be
you
the
getting
question.
at?
I can
Sorry.
help you. After all, I'm one of the most influential people here.
Are
But it
you?
will cost you.
Indeed.
What are you asking for your help?
100 gold pieces.
Really?
That's a whole damn lot.
Take it easy. It isn't your gold I have in mind.
But
In
No.
principle, it's my gold. Gritta, the carpenter's niece, hasn't paid what she owes me in ages. But the little brat is constantly running around in new clothes. That means she has the money. I'd like to beat it out of her. But Master Thorben, the carpenter, is also a very influential man. Get me the money and I'll help you.
Alright.
how exactly can you help me?
Quite simple. I'll use my influence to see to it that one of the master craftsmen here takes you on as an apprentice.
Sounds good
As
enough.
such, you'll practically be a citizen of the city and can enter the upper quarter. Besides which, you'll earn something while you're at it.
Alright. How about
Is
this?
there another way to get into the upper quarter?
Perhaps. If I think of anything, I'll let you know.
Which he'll never tell you about.
Why don't you take me on as an
That
apprentice?
is a perfectly
But
good
the other
question.
masters wouldn't agree. I
Why?
just recently took on another apprentice.
Oh, alright. I guess that's...
How do I get
That's
the approval
reasonable.
of the other masters?
You just have to convince them. Go and talk to them. But
Just
if
by
more than one
talking
of
to
them
them?
is
Well, that
against
sounds
you,
way
you
too
don't
easy.
stand a chance. So behave yourself.
Where could I sign on as an apprentice then?
Basically, with any master here on the main street. That would be Harrod the smith, Bospa the bowmaker, Thorben the carpenter, or Constantino the alchemist. One of them is bound to take you on. But it's important that the other masters agree. That's always been the custom here in Khorinis.
Alright.
Where can I find this Gritta?
Like I said, she's the carpenter's niece.
Yes, you
His
said
house
that.
is down the street, the last house on the right before the smithy.
Alright.
What are you selling?
I can offer you everything you need to survive in the wild. Weapons, torches, provisions, even armor. I still have a special piece in stock.
Alright,
Double
let's have a
hard
look then.
armor of snapper leather. Still unused. Interested?
Depends on the price. 250? Not too bad.
Show me your wares.
Let's see the wares though first. He has a heavy spike cudgel, a war cudgel, some arrows and stuff. So right now we want to sell all but one of these swords, which are not too bad. All the heavy branches, the poker, the short bow. And we're up to 500 now already, which is quite nice indeed. We don't need these keys anymore. We can sell them here. We don't need a torch, and we don't need the hammer or the saw. Anything else we want to keep right now? Because you never know when you need to... Genuine Seaman's Grog. Interesting. You never know if you need these items at some point. Also there is a leather satchel that we want to open up. And that's a sealed message we got from Cavalorn. Also let's sell this one. And end it for now. Message. Oh yeah, the message we got. Bring his head to the old mine near the landowner. D. Oh, we already know who D is. Whoops, didn't want to jump on his desk there. Well, I guess we can see from a distance perspective here. But we don't want that. What we do want is to use this book stand. We already know what's in there. Alright. Let's get out of here and quickly finish up the quest for Gritta, so we can at least convince Matteo already to help us. So how about we get into this house and talk to Gritta. I also want to read the book here, just to make sure. Oh, 25 even. Lovely. Hello, Gritta.
Stranger. If you've come to beg, I must disappoint you. I am a poor widow. My name is
I'm
Gritta.
not here to beg.
Ever since my husband
Well,
died, I have
not
been
exactly.
running a household for my uncle Thorabin.
So,
Matteo sent me. You still owe him some gold.
He wants his money? What
yes.
for? The goods he delivered were flawed, bad fabric, and bad seams. And did you look at the colors? Those are not the colors I ordered. That's
I
fraud,
don't
that
know
is.
what colors you
Let me
ordered,
tell
so...
you, back when my husband was alive, he wouldn't have dared to do that. Oh, my poor husband.
Cut it out. Where's the gold?
But I don't have the gold. I'm only a
No,
poor
you
widow.
don't. So, how about
Then we'll
this?
simply sell a few of your togs. I'm sure you've still got a bunch of stuff in your closet.
How dare you, uncouth lout. All right, here, take the gold.
Uncouth. I
See,
think
that
I've
wasn't
never
so
seen
hard.
those two words in a
And now,
sentence
would you
before.
please leave my house?
Together. I've seen a lot of swearing and stuff like that, but that is, like, absolutely fantastic. Right, let's have a save here. Just to make sure that everything works out right. Can we loot this chest?
I know nothing about picking.
Oh, it's locked. Dang it. Alright. Well, we received all the gold that we wanted. So let's go back to Matteo. And give him the gold.
Here's your 100 gold pieces.
And? Did she cause any problems?
Not particularly.
None to speak of.
Good. You've held up your part of the deal.
Indeed I did. So,
Help me sign on as an apprentice with one of the masters.
Don't worry. I'll keep my part of the bargain.
Thank
The
you.
other masters will only hear the best about you from me.
alright. So, how about that
Alright, give
armor,
me
by the way?
armor.
You'll love it.
Alright. So, we're now back with an armor. It's time to eat the last pieces of dark mushrooms here. Then put the armor on, which protects us 25 from weapons, 20 from arrows, 5 from fire. Boom. A pretty simple armor, nothing too special, but certainly worth the money. So, next time, we are going to take a look at Bosper the Bowmaker, and then we shall see what he has in store for us. So, I will see you all next time.